Winnemucca, it's week number 14 of the Winnemucca InnSiders Sports Show football contest, and it was a tough week for me, Terry, but our chef on the employees contest got a perfect 10.
The 10, yeah, I don't know how that happened. It looked like a typo to me.
No, let me tell you something. Our buddy at the end of the table, Davey, he's pretty good at grading these things.
And Stan got a 1, so I remember those two scores that stood out.
And wait a minute, here's the best part. Our leader didn't turn one in.
And he knows he didn't turn it in, right?
Well, hey,
So he's still only one game behind.
He's still only one game behind. That's how good his lead was.
It's too bad.
And we have, folks, we have a ton of people in contention on the major contest with all of our guests. And let me tell you something. Tons of 5s last week. Dave, you graded them, you know.
Yeah, mediocre week, but.
So then we went on our contest 5-4-4, so we were kind of right in the same boat.
Yeah, yours truly pulled a 4.
They get harder as the season goes on, that's for sure.
I know. So
okay, so this week 14.
Wait a minute,
we only have one college game.
We did 3 games where all of us liked the same team.
Yes.
And we went
1 for 3. So we were all on the Seahawks, that was correct. We were all on Boise State, that was wrong. We were all on the Colts, that was wrong.
Jeez, we stink.
Okay. So this week's challenge, we only have one college game. So the Saturday game is the traditional Army-Navy game. Army's favored by 7.5 at home. Not two teams I pay a lot of attention to. Me personally, I'll take the half point there. I think this will be a one-score game, either a 3-point game or a 7-point game. But I'll take the 7.5, and I will take Navy to play with these guys.
Oh wow! Well, wait a minute. Did you look at the records, Terry?
I did not.
Okay, Army's 9-2.
Yeah, Army's good this year.
And Navy's 3-9.
Again, traditional rival game.
Okay.
I'm sticking with my Navy pick
I'm
here.
sticking with the boys, the Golden Knights, as they say, that play on our hockey team, of course. And I'm taking the Army, giving a 7.5. I think they're going to blow them out by about 24 points. What do you think, Davey?
Army's good this year. They can put up some points. They're real good, actually. I'm going to take Army this year. It's their turn to really get even with Navy for all them years.
Okay, and then we have to go straight to the pros because we didn't have that many college games on the selection. The next couple of weeks we do. We got 5 bowl games each Saturday, moving forward. But we go straight to the pros, and we have the Ravens at the Chiefs. Chiefs, they didn't cover last week.
Nope.
They beat the Raiders but didn't cover. I think they won by 3, and they were a 14.5-point favorite. 7.5-point favorite at home over the Ravens. I don't know. I'll let somebody else go first on this one. I'm on the fence on this.
Well, here's the
spread.
thing, folks. The Chiefs, they struggled without Kareem Hunt, who should never be allowed back in the league, by the way, since that video came out, just like Ray Rice was, and he was dust as well. I'm still not sold on the quarterback that's replacing Joe Flacco, even though, they've won 3 games in a row. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to give the 7.5 points.
I'm going to ride the hot hand. I'm going to take the kid from Louisville, the quarterback of the Ravens. They've won 3 in a row, and they've looked good with him. I'm going to take the Ravens.
But he hasn't passed very well.
I think the 7.5, 3 in a row is a good streak. I'll take the half point. Again, I think the game's close. Kansas City probably wins at home by 3 or 7, but not 7.5.
Okay.
Those Ravens have a good defense.
All right.
The next game we have the Colts at the Texans. Boy, I like the Texans a lot. They played good the last couple of weeks. They looked really good last week. Playing, who did they play? They played the Browns, and the Browns have been an improved team. Colts looked pathetic last week playing against the Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Couldn't even score
Yikes.
1 point, so they're going to have to score a lot more than 0 to beat the Texans.
Well, isn't this a league game?
What do you mean league game?
For the Colts and the Texans? Aren't they in the same division?
Division game.
Yeah, division game. That's what I meant. Well, the Texans, after starting 0-3, folks, have won 9 games in a row. And I still don't believe in them. I think they're the worst 9-3 team out there. Is there such a thing as that? I'm taking the Colts.
You just won't admit Deshaun Watson's a good quarterback.
No,
I've been
I
saying
won't.
it all along he is. He won the national championship in Clemson.
I'm in
He's
denial.
Good. I'm on the Texans. As much as it kills me, I don't like the Texans, but they're good. And the Colts just don't have it.
So who are you taking then, Davey?
Texans.
You're
Me and Dave are on the Texans. You're on the Colts.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for segment number 1. When we come back, we're going to cover the next 4 games in the contest, and we'll give you our picks right in just a second. All right, folks, welcome back to segment number 2. And Terry, kick it off here. We got 4 games on tap here.
4 games. We got the Patriots going to the Dolphins. Patriots have looked like they're on track to go back to the Super Bowl, in my opinion. They are an 8.5-point favorite on the road. That's a lot of points in a division rival game. The Dolphins have been the team to upset them here in the last, probably the last 10 years. The Dolphins have beat the Patriots more than anybody else. Not that I don't think they control that series, but kind of a tough pick with 8.5. I like the Patriots. I don't like the 8.5 on the road. I'm going to take the Dolphins just to play them tight.
You know, folks, for all the reasons that Terry just mentioned, I am absolutely on the Dolphins. He's absolutely correct. The Dolphins are a team that gives them trouble. They got Tannehill back. They seem like they're primed to make a nice run to get into the playoffs. I like the Dolphins.
It's going to be unanimous then, fellas, because I like the Dolphins too. The receivers are fast. They have a good team. That quarterback's good. They have a good defense. I like the Dolphins. That's a lot of points to get at home.
Yeah.
Again, I see the Patriots winning that game, but I think it'll be a close game.
Yep, I agree.
Next game, we got the Broncos going to the 49ers. Broncos are, improved here. Have they won 3 in a row now?
They have won 3 in a row.
And the 49ers, played at Seattle last week, and of course
They played good.
I like the game. They didn't play well. It was 43 to 6 at the end of the game.
But they played good for quite some time, and then they fell apart.
They played good if you had the other team.
No, they played good
for
my parlay, but that was about it.
I feel terrible for the coaching staff and the management of the 49ers. That team has more injuries than anybody. It's just awful.
They're in a rebuilding period in the 49er organization. I think they're almost looking forward to good draft picks this year. I don't know how hard they're going to try going down the stretch here, because I think we've got 3 teams that have 2 wins in the NFL.
Well, it's a race between the Bay Area teams.
The Bay Area, Oakland, Oakland and the
Niners. So I'm going to take the Niners.
Okay.
I mean, the Broncos, rather. Excuse me. I like the Broncos. I thought that they had a tough schedule at the beginning of the year, and they lost a lot of close games. I really like the Broncos. I think they're going to make a nice run here.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to take the Broncos, but if any one team could tank a game to the 49ers, it's going to be the Broncos, but I'm still going to take the Broncos. 49ers are horrible. But hold on, last year, if you recall, they won their last 5 games of the season with Garoppolo, and they had playoff expectations going into this season. Yeah. But still, that's neither here nor there.
They've lost 2 quarterbacks this year. The poor
playoff
team.
Expectations with Seattle and the Rams in that division, I don't know how realistic that was. But, they are where they are. So we're all unanimous on that pick as well.
Yeah, boy.
Next game, we got the Lions going to the Cardinals. Cardinals, big upset last week. So biggest upset on the board. They were
I called that upset on the show last week.
14.5-point dog.
I said the Cardinals might beat Green Bay.
You did say it. I took them with the points. I liked the Cardinals getting 14.5. I didn't really see the upset coming because the Cardinals have looked pretty pathetic in most of their showings this week.
Well, I was all over the Packers last week.
This week too.
They were a 2-win team last week. Now they're a 3-9 team.
Yeah.
Lions, not really much better. 4-7. They lost the Rams. They're now 4-8. 2.5 at the Cardinals. I'm actually going to take the Cardinals to win this game at home. They're going to win 2 in a row here.
You think?
I think David Johnson is playing better. Fitzgerald is not going to go away easily. I think they have enough to beat the Lions.
Well, I got to hear what Davey has to say.
Good early in the season, but now I think they've lost 3 in a row.
I think a good parlay would be the Broncos and the Lions here. Don't expect the Cardinals to win 2 weeks in a row. Green Bay just gave up on the season. Their coach is gone.
That was a bad move by Green Bay to get rid of him. Matter of fact, I'm
serious?
lobbying for the Bengals to get McCarthy and fire Marvin Lewis and Hugh Jackson, my 2 worst enemies.
He was stagnant.
Actually, I agree with Davey. I like the Lions in this one as well.
Okay, so Dave and Gary are on the Lions. I got the Cardinals. Last game for this segment, the Saints are going to the Buccaneers. What happened to the Saints last week? I mean, I thought they were infallible, and they didn't play on Sunday. They weren't part of the contest, but on Thursday night, they got beat. Yeah, I mean, they just didn't have the offensive zip. Kamara, I mean, nobody. It just didn't seem to be the same team. But what can they do with the Buccaneers? I don't. 8.5 on the road. I tend to not like giving up that many points after the way they just played, but. Will they bounce back and play like they played 2 weeks ago? I don't know.
I'm going with my quarterback theory, folks. You got to go with the guy that's the better quarterback, Jameis Winston. PU. And Drew Brees, well, he's the all-time leading thrower in the NFL. I'm taking the New Orleans Saints.
Dave.
Tampa Bay Saints. I'm not even going to talk about it. Saints played a 3-letter word. I don't like to say on this show. Starts with an F and ends in an X. I'll take the Saints.
You know, we'll all three be on the same side again, unless I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. I'm just jumping ship here.
Oh,
Taking 8.5
Terry, what are you
points
doing?
and thinking that, I think good play goes in streaks, and so does bad play. When a team's winning 3 in a row, I like to stick with them. When they lose a game like that on Thursday night after being a heavy favorite, I don't know what happens to that team. I think they may struggle on the road. I'm hiding behind the 8.5.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for segment number 2. When we come back, we're going to finish up with our last 3 boy, that's easy for me to say, our last 3 pro games, and Dave, Terry, and Gary's best picks of the day.
I'll read your number there. Cowboys are 7-5.
Yep. Welcome back, folks, to segment number 3 here. And, Davey, this is right down your alley. This is your game.
Well, the first game is the Eagles going to the Cowboys. This is all about that division. I mean, nobody's exactly lighting it up in the NFC East.
As bad as the Eagles are playing, they still have a shot to win it.
They're still in it. They looked good. What was it, just last night against the Redskins, kind of finishing off that side.
Oh,
of
the
the
poor
division.
Redskins, they're down to the 3rd-string quarterback. The guy didn't even know the playbook.
But the Eagles are going to the Cowboys, and the Eagles are getting 4.5 in this one. Cowboys, I think, have won 3 in a row as well. There's a lot of teams that are on 3-game winning streaks right now.
Yep. Well, let's hear what Davey has
let's
to
get
All right,
say.
Dave's opinion here.
when these two guys meet, these two teams meet, throw everything out the window. Don't worry about the Saints game. Don't worry about the Redskins game for the Eagles. These teams split every season. I mean, I've been an Eagle fan a long time.
Yeah.
Going back to Troy Aikman and Rodney Peete. I was there at them games. What I'm getting at is they split every year. Dallas won the first one. Eagles take this one. I guarantee it. It's going to be my pick of the week. I'll say it now. Eagles beat Dallas this week. It's not with my heart. I'm telling you.
I like that logic. I think, again,
I went
sometimes-
against the
actually
Eagles
like
last
that
2 games in
logic,
the show, and I
too.
won both times. Eagles will win this one.
Okay, so there's Dave on the Eagles. Plus 4.5, Super Bowl champs. I kind of like the Eagles to make a run here at the end of the season. They're not going to give up. They're going to make it into the playoffs, and they need to win this game to make it into the playoffs. So I'm taking the Eagles as well, and I'm getting 4.5. I think they should be the favorite.
I'm going to
in this
do
game.
what you did earlier, Terry. I'm going the opposite side just for the heck of it, only because I think they saved Jason Garrett's job. Cowboys win this one handily.
Handily. Ooh.
I don't know. I just tried to say if I could. Hey, folks, if you haven't noticed, my buddy Dave, he's got his Eagles sweatshirt on. He's got his Eagles hat on. He probably has Eagles underwear on for all I know.
Okay, next game we got the Panthers going to the Cleveland Browns. Panthers look good a couple weeks back. Now they've lost 3 in a row.
They lost 4 in a
Is it
row.
4 in a
Four in
row.
a row.
I think they're going down the tubes. I actually like the Browns at home getting 1.5. I think they win this game. Well, they have to win it outright. 1.5 is not much to hide behind.
This is painful for me to admit. I got to take the Browns too. So I'm taking the Browns at home. Cam Newton is just P.U.
But he can still have those games. I mean, the minute I go against him in a
I
big
know.
way, he has one of those games
He
where he
threw
runs
4
for.
interceptions.
Yeah,
I think
they'll
Ron
make
Rivera,
him run.
Ron Rivera, the coach of the Panthers, is going to be on the same bus with Mike McCarthy from Green Bay
He should
after
be.
this game. You know what? He's a bum. I watched him play Detroit 2 weeks ago. He goes for 2 at the end of the game. He could have tied, went to overtime. He goes for 2. They don't get it. That's the game. The game over. They lose.
Yep.
He's a clown. He needs to go. I like the Browns.
Hey, he brought Eric Reed back, the kneeler. You know, just for that
You know
reason,
what?
Ron
Eric Reed's a
Rivera
good
should
player,
go.
though.
See ya.
All that aside, he's a good ball player.
No, I don't
Okay,
care.
last game we got the Giants at the Redskins. Redskins coming off a tough loss, to the Philadelphia Eagles here on Monday night. Giants, I don't know which, they're kind of a mediocre team this year
But
as well.
they're
still in there.
yeah.
They're still in there. I like the Giants. I think the Redskins have run out of.
The
men, I
Giants
guess.
still, believe it or not, are still in the mix.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They are because that division
Mathematically,
is,
but
yeah.
they're not.
Mathematically, they're still in the mix. But the Redskins, well, they have no quarterback. And Eli Manning's been playing very well. Therefore, the Giants all the way.
I can't take Mark Sanchez. I have to go Giants here. Even if it would have been Colt McCoy, I probably still would have took the Giants. I'm going Giants.
Boy, we're on the same side on 1, 2, 3,
It's almost
4.
impossible not to be in these picks.
So, well, 4 times. That's still not.
That's almost that's
That's
40%.
the most I've ever seen. That's most I've ever seen in this contest. So
Folks,
anyways,
if we're on the same side, you better take the opposite. I can tell you that right now. All right, what we got for the best bets?
you know, best bets are tough when you're only left with the pros. I personally think the Texans are good. You think the Colts are going to, come up with something, and Andrew Luck and Hilton.
never know.
They've got the tools to do it. I just think the Texans are good. I think Lamar Miller's playing really well. I think that's a team. Are they 9-3? What was their record going in here? Yeah, they're 9-3.
Yeah, they're 9-3. They've won
definitely
9 games in a row. The
going to the
Texans.
playoffs. They're going to make it 10.
So that's Terry's
my
best bet.
pick. And I know I already have Dave on the Eagles. He was all
Oh,
over the
that's
Eagles.
right, that's right.
I'm sure he'd even call that a money line play.
Yeah, I would.
Well, mine is going to be the Golden Knights of the Army. So that's who Gary's best
That's a
bet
good
is.
safe one, Gary. That's a good pick.
I think so too. I'm
Not
pretty
quite on a
pleased with
limb
that.
here with any good game.
Hey, want to remind everybody, we still got Christmas at the Inn on Saturday night, the 15th, starting at 7 o'clock. My buddy Dave, and I'll be there, of course. We're going to be giving stuff away every 10 minutes. Good stuff. iWatches, iPads, iPods, 55-inch TV, ovens, toolkits. It'll be a blast. So you got to come
It
down.
always is. Every Christmas is.
So you got to come down and enjoy it. Hey, thanks everybody again for coming down on Monday nights. We're having a nice crowds week in, week out. Next week, well, it's going to be a big one. It's for a lot on the line. Terry, it's your Seahawks.
It is a big game. So we got to, I think the Seahawks are getting, they're getting the Vikings at home. So it is at least at home for the Seattle Seahawks. Won 3 games in a row.
Gonna be a
I think,
great game.
We are a 3.5-point favorite. This is a game that we need to win. If we win this game, we get to 10-6 easy.
Yeah,
we
I agree.
We make the playoffs, and we'll see what happens there.
At least one of us here is getting a team in the playoffs for sure. I know you're going to be happy.
Well, I know I'm not getting a team in the playoffs. I can tell you that right now. All right, hey, from my buddy Dave, from my buddy Terry, I'm Gary. Goodbye, everybody.
So that cream.